What up? So, it's NAMM week. I'm gonna take you guys on what my trip looks like to NAMM and show you all the products that I think are the coolest. Some products I use, some I'm sure there will be some that I don't use that I think are super cool. And I might try to take a scooter today. We'll see how that goes. Well, here we are. Here's my scooter. I have no idea how terrible this is gonna go. So, come with me. There we go. Okay. I just figure out how this thing works. So, riding down to NAMM, on my way to the Music City Center. This is so sketchy. This is seriously the sketchiest thing I've done in a long time. Here we go. Well, that was fun. First time on a scooter ever. It was interesting. So, NAMM, Music City Center, let's go inside.
Love it. Gorgeous. I'll take 4. Eric's paying. Eric's got the money. Eric's got the money.
What is up? We're done. NAMM is over. Actually, NAMM was over a few days ago. It's now Thursday, I think. And but I've been playing catch up. It takes a long time for me to catch up after NAMM because it just it's busy, and I don't usually take 4 days in a row off like that. So anyway, I want to do a synopsis of the cool things that I saw. Most of the stuff that you saw. If you're in the industry and you keep up on what new gear is coming out, you pretty much know. You've seen it all. But there were a few things that were very cool. So, I'm going to talk about a few of those. None of this is like paid advertisement stuff. This is just the stuff that I saw that I thought was really cool. This company right here, and I don't even have one of their products, this Analysis Plus, there's probably a website on there. Analysis Plus, yes, that's the name of the company. They came out with a new guitar jack, or a new 1/4-inch jack, that is very cool. It's super super solid 1/4-inch jack. Apparently John Mayer is using using those in his guitars. It seemed super badass. It was definitely more than like a Switchcraft, but it wasn't like a ridiculous amount of money. I'm totally going to check them out, and I'm totally going to get at least one of them and see how it works. But it seemed way more heavy duty. It had way more surface area contact on the cable, so that was cool. These guys, Audioscape Engineering, that company is doing mostly clones of like Rat gear, like Blue Stripe 1176s and like stay levels and stuff like that. But I got to listen to it, and I got to like put my hands on it and turn the knobs, and it felt really, really solid. They're using a lot. They're built in the States, and they're using a lot of really good parts. And they're really inexpensive for what they are. So they're a little bit more expensive than like the Warm or, so all these other clone companies that have come out. They're a little bit more expensive than that, but I think they might be built way better. So shout out to those guys, Audioscape Engineering. Go check them out on Instagram. I'm going to try to get one of their units in here, either as a demo. They're always sold out. Every time I've been on their website, they're completely sold out of everything, which is a good sign. So I'm going to try to get one of their units in here, and we'll play around with it and see what happens. Pinstripe pedals. It's the first time I've met those lovely people, and I just got a guitar pick tin. So, I mean, that's pretty neat. But they have a new system for reamping that is out right now. And it will take the place of, like, I have the Radial 500 series. I think it's called the Reamper. I'd have to look and see. Let me look and see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is what I use for reamping. This Radial, what's it called? The Radial X amp. X amp reamp, I guess. So that's what I've been using for my reamping for a long time, and it works fine. But this stuff from Pinstripe Pedals seems very cool, and I'm pretty sure it has like Jensen transformers in it. Excuse me, and stuff like that. So they seem to make really cool stuff. It feels really good in my hands. They're a local company as well, so I'm stoked to try that out. I'm probably gonna get one of those to replace my Radial, or at least get one of those, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, there's only a few products in NAMM, at NAMM. If you're really into gear and you really follow everything, there's only a few things that you see that you've not seen before. Shout out to Stringjoy Strings, guitar strings made here in town. Got to see those guys, Scott and John, and like they're super good dudes. And their strings are fantastic. I've used them a bunch before, and I'm probably going to move into using those exclusively. So shout out to Stringjoy. Check them out on like Instagram and their website and stuff. I don't even have anything to show. I might have something to show you. Whoa, I found him. Yeah, look at that. Stringjoy strings. Yes. These are the light top heavy bottoms. I actually didn't realize I still had a set. So super, super awesome strings. I love them. They last a long time. They feel really good. They hold tune really good. So anyway, shout out to Stringjoy. I've used them a bunch in the past, and I'm going to probably move into using them exclusively. So I'm excited about that. So let's see. So back to what I was saying. There's not usually a lot of stuff. This one I'm pretty stoked about, and I hope it's good. There's not usually a lot of stuff that I see that I'm like, oh, I've never seen that before. Enter this. This is a microphone. It's made by Integral. They're from the UK. apparently there's their website right there. If you can see that. There's their website. Okay. So, this is a microphone. This is one of the cooler things I saw at the show. And basically what you do is is for guitar amps, and you take your speaker out of your cabinet, which I'm going to do a whole video on this and showing the installation and all that stuff. I only heard this for a minute at NAMM. They put it in one of the amps at the Iconic Guitars booth, and then they ran another amp solely off of this speaker. And it's hard to tell in that environment, but I think I liked the sound coming from this microphone better than the amp that was just playing the sound. So anyway, you take your speaker out of your cabinet and you put this on, and then you put your speaker on over it, and there's what the backside looks like. And the idea is that it never moves at all. So there's a plus side and a downside to that. You can't change your mic position. It is what it is. The other downside would be it would be harder to use multiple microphones on this if you have to go through grill cloth, because this, like if you've got your speaker and your grill cloth, well, this microphone is going to go between the speaker and the grill cloth, and then another microphone would be on the outside of the grill cloth. So there might be some phase issues using multiple microphones, but the huge plus side is, you know, we all see that you know, people will put tape on their grill cloth to put the microphone in the same spot every time. Well, this would solve that issue completely, because it would never move. It would travel with you. The other issue that this would solve is it should have much better rejection for other things on stage. So you should get much less bleed from the drums and from whatever else is on stage through your guitar microphone, which is a very cool idea. So anyway, the capsule on this, the actual capsule in the microphone, I guess is made by AKG. Anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to do a full unboxing on this. That was way longer than I planned on talking about, but I'm going to do a full unboxing on this and installation and some sound clips, and we'll see how that goes. Super pumped about that. This is one of those things, like I said, like you go to NAMM and like I've never seen this. I've never heard of this. Pretty cool. Drummer came out with a new EQ. I have a picture of it. I just posted a picture of it on my Instagram. Go check out my Instagram. It's just at Colt Capperrune. It's a single rack space stereo bus EQ, but it has one set of controls for both channels. So it's meant for like your master bus or your drum bus or whatever. And it has, I wish I could pull up, you know what? Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. So I'm looking at a photo of it. Not that you can see any of that at all, but anyway, so I can tell you exactly what's on it, because it intrigues me a lot. So it's got an input, it's got a low cut with a sweepable low cut, and then it's got a low band that is peak or shelf at 12 dB, 9 dB, and 6 dB, which is awesome, and cut or boost on that low shelf. And then it's got a low mid band with sweepable frequency, the Q and the booster cut, high mid with the same controls, and a high frequency with kind of the same as the low, where it's got either, let's see, it's the high looks like it must just be a shelf, and 12 dB or 6 dB for the shelf, sweepable frequency and boost or cut, and then a sweepable high cut, low pass. They just call it high cut. I put some headphones on. It sounded really good. Like it was really cool. And that is exactly what I personally would look for in an EQ. I've been on the hunt for a hardware EQ for my mix bus for a while. That's exactly the kind of controls I would like. They're all stepped, so recall is easy. So I think they're actually going to send me a demo of this, and I'll do a video on that as well, and we'll see how it turns out. Anyway, so that was cool. I think that's about it that I saw. Went and saw the Oratone guys. These fellas right here. They have a new amplifier out. Right now I'm using, I don't know if you can see this. Right now I'm using this Drummer to power my Oratones. But Oratone just released their own power amp. So I'm going to swap this Drummer out for that. Should be very cool. I always love when companies have things that are synergistic. Is that even a word? So I'm stoked about that. I use my Oratones every day. It was great to see Alex at the booth, so that's awesome. Went and seen my homeboys. Well, just the pedals, but I went and seen Lauren Audio, Spitfire. Yeah, they just make cool stuff. And this is a one-off that they made for me that is all point-to-point hand-wired based on a Neve 1073. Just best pedals ever. Like, they're so good. Not that there's a million great pedal companies, but everything that they've made that I've tried is like, it's jaw-dropping. Fantastic. So, went and saw those pedals at the Big Ear booth. That was cool. But my favorite thing, I think, that I saw, try to make sure I got it all. My favorite thing that I think that I saw, and I couldn't leave the show without it. And some of you probably saw it posted already. This is my favorite thing that I saw at the show. This is my new, look at that flame. That is so silly. The flame on the neck. Wow. Yes. My goodness. Oh. This is my new iconic guitar. Look at that ridiculousness. So this is my new iconic guitar. This is going to be some bold, heavy statements. But I'm a total guitar snob. And this is my new number one. After spending, it's Thursday, I brought it home Sunday. This is one of the most mind-blowing guitars I've ever played in my entire life. And I'm super picky about guitars for a couple reasons. One, the notes has to jump off the fretboard. The way it resonates, it has to sing. There's a certain resonance that you can feel in your hands when you pick a note. And every guitar that I own has that to one degree or another, because it's something that I literally won't spend the money on a guitar without. It also has to play ridiculous, and it has to be loud and resonant. It has to be all of these things in order for me to even consider it. And then if a guitar, I might play 20 guitars that has all of those things, but then it has to hit me in the heart. Like, it has to feel special. Because there's a million guitars out there, and there's a million people making guitars. In order for me to take a guitar home, it has to feel like legitimately special. And this might be, I mean, man, on top of its looks, which is just silly, this might be the most special guitar I've ever played, and that's a heavy statement. And I wouldn't say that sort of thing lightly. Like, my new number one. Super pumped about it. 5-way switch. So humbucker, split bridge, split both, split neck pickup. It's got Lawler Imperial high winds, I think, in it. Killer. I'm so pumped about this. So anyway, that pretty much covers NAMM. For all of you that I met for the first time, it was so awesome meeting all of you. And for those of you that I didn't meet, I wish I could have met you. It's just a crazy time. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this and you want to keep up to date on my studio build or my podcast or anything else, if you're watching on YouTube, go to YouTube and hit the subscribe and click the bell icon next to subscribe. And look me up on Instagram at Colt Capperrune and on Facebook at Colt Capperrune. And yeah, cool. Talk soon.